They're scary true night shift horror stories. The mundane can give way to the macabre, and the commonplace can undergo a transformation into the extraordinary during the eerie stillness of the night. The realm of the night shift is a terrifying place where the unknown is painted on a canvas and the imagination soars. The subsequent narratives delve into 3 eerie encounters that transpired during the wee hours of the night, each of which is firmly grounded in the horrifying actuality of genuine horror. Initially, we explore the disconcerting murmurings and ominous figures that afflicted Sarah, a nurse entrusted with the responsibility of traversing the silent corridors of a nearby medical facility. Subsequently, we reveal the unsettling mysteries concealed within the deserted walls of a haunted factory, where Mike, a security officer, is confronted by unexplainable entities. Ultimately, the narrative unfolds within the ominous corridors of a storied hotel, where Emily, a receptionist, confronts the enigmatic disappearances and malevolent entities that skulk within the establishment's confines. Prepare to confront the unknown and the inexplicable as we venture into the depths of darkness, where the boundaries between the natural and preternatural dissolve and reality and nightmares converge. These are disquieting accounts based on the actual experiences of the night shift, where terror lurks in the shadows and each creak in the floorboard signifies the existence of something considerably more malevolent. 3 eerie true night shift horror accounts are as follows. 1. The Whispering Shadows at the Hospital. The whispering shadows within the medical facility. Sarah, an earnest and dedicated nurse, frequently encountered herself navigating the dimly lit corridors of the medical facility while working the night shift. At times, the ambiance during those late hours was interrupted by the faint murmuring of conversations taking place in the distance or the subtle vibration of machinery. Nevertheless, within this seemingly serene atmosphere, a force lingered that would irrevocably transform Sarah's understanding of the nocturnal period. It began subtly, with faint whispers scarcely discernible amidst the hospital's ambient noise. At first, Sarah disregarded them, attributing them to the mental strain caused by her exhaustion in the late hour. However, as the nights advanced, the murmurs endured, progressively intensifying in volume and clarity, as if extending an invitation to venture into the uncharted. Sarah was overcome with the unsettling feeling of being observed, as if her every action was being followed by invisible eyes. The incomprehensible nature of the murmur's words sent shivers down her spine, as if to taunt her. Notwithstanding her endeavors to rationalize the occurrence, the prevailing feeling of unease grew more intense as each night passed. On a subsequent night that would haunt her eternally, Sarah's worst fears came true. During her observation of a patient in a dimly illuminated room, she observed the shadows converge and transform into malevolent forms, thus challenging the principles of energy. She fled the room in a state of panic, the reverberations of her rapid heartbeat overpowering the eerie murmurings that appeared to be pursuing her. Despite attempting to find solace in the company of her peers, Sarah was unable to escape the oppressive hold of dread that had now engulfed her. Persisting in the periphery of her vision, the silhouette served as an enduring reminder of the malevolent entities that resided in the depths of the hospital. Sarah, deeply troubled by the recollection of those murmuring silhouettes, vowed solemnly to abstain from ever again working the night shift alone. Despite her persistent commitment to her responsibilities, the memory of that distressing experience haunts her, serving as a disconcerting reminder of the labyrinthine terrors that remain unseen and permanently altering her perspective of the nocturnal hours. 2. The Haunted Factory. Mike's solitary footsteps reverberated throughout the deserted corridors of the abandoned factory, where he had been employed as a security officer during the o'clock at night. Mike had consistently dismissed rumors of the town's haunting as anecdotal, until the evening he encountered the unsettling actuality that lurked within those dilapidated walls. Every night was accompanied by a symphony of disconcerting auditory stimuli, footfalls that echoed from concealed origins, distant clanging that reverberated throughout the dimly illuminated corridors, and faint whispers that appeared to slither through the obscurity, all of which instilled in Mike chills of apprehension. Despite his attempts to explain them away, the continued presence of these unsettling incidents only exacerbated his mounting sense of unease. Then, Mike's routine surveillance was disrupted on an ordinary evening when he noticed a menacing, shadowy figure looming in the distance. He approached with caution, his flashlight beam quivering in the darkness, his heart racing. However, as he approached, the figure vanished into thin air, leaving only a palpable odor that lingered ominously in the still air. Mike, unfazed by this disquieting encounter, persisted in his rounds, his nerves stretched taut. However, his determination was weakened as the illumination from above began to dim and flicker, resulting in unsettling silhouettes that appeared to writhe and contort uncontrollably. Anxiety overcame him as he groped for his radio and frantically requested assistance with a trembling voice. Mike was pale and quivering when his colleagues arrived. His eyes was wide open with terror as he described the baffling occurrences of the previous evening. In spite of their endeavors to console him through logical rationales, Mike maintained an unwavering belief that he had come across an entity that transcended all understanding, a force that opposed the limits of logic and resided in the shadowy recesses of the deserted factory. After that evening, Mike abstained from entering the factory, his conscience troubled by the recollection of the events he had observed. The rumors regarding its haunting ceased to appear as mere superstition, and instead appeared as an unsettling reality that lurked in the shadows, poised to seize unsuspecting individuals in its malevolent clutches. Therefore, Mike avoided the ominous atmosphere of the factory, fully cognizant of the fact that it harbored an entity considerably more malevolent than he had ever conceived. 3. The hotel's mysterious disappearances. Emily's position as a receptionist at the historic hotel seemed ordinary at first glance. However, as time passed, she began to feel an underlying sense of dread permeating her evenings. Guests whispered about unexplainable phenomena such as flickering lights, icy breezes, and spectral voices resonating through the desolate corridors. Although Emily initially dismissed these accounts as simple superstitious rumors, her skepticism gradually changed as guests started to mysteriously vanish. Fear coursed through Emily's veins in response to the initial disappearance, but when a coworker vanished during their shared shift, a vice-like grasp of terror engulfed her heart. She embarked on an investigation into the hotel's enigmatic past, uncovering accounts of macabre occurrences and inexplicable tragedies that spanned decades. On a particular night, Emily, who was working alone at the front desk, became alarmed upon hearing the distinct echo of footfall reverberating through the empty corridor. Despite the strong internal conflict that begged her to flee, she resolutely approached the origin of the disturbance. She was horrified to discover herself confronted by a spectral apparition, an entity immaterial in appearance, but possessing an indisputable presence. Emily, overcome with dread, observed the phantasm vanish into the ether, her being overcome with an oppressive chill that appeared to permeate her very being. During that ominous moment, she realized the malevolent truth: the hotel was compromised by a time-honored curse, concealing its secrets in ways unbeknownst to mortals. Emily, deeply troubled by the traumatic experience, reached a firm resolution. She tendered her resignation from her position and swore an eternal abstention from entering the hotel's infamous premises. Despite the persistent ominous recollection of its malicious history, Emily derived comfort from her exodus from the hotel's malevolent grasp, relegating its enigmatic mysteries to the domain of forgotten nightmares. These tales serve as a poignant reminder that nocturnal phenomena may manifest as more than mere constructs of the imagination. These narratives serve as stark reminders that the night holds secrets beyond the comprehension of the rational mind. From the whispering shadows of hospitals to the haunted confines of abandoned factories and the enigmatic corridors of historic hotels, the night shift unveils a world where the ordinary gives way to the extraordinary, and the mundane transforms into the macabre. As we navigate the darkness, we are confronted with the unsettling truth that reality is often stranger and more terrifying than fiction. These encounters with the unknown challenge our understanding of the natural world, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. They serve as cautionary tales, reminding us that the darkness harbors secrets that defy explanation, and that the night shift is a realm where the boundaries between the natural and the supernatural blur into obscurity. As we bid farewell to these chilling accounts, let us not forget the lessons they impart. For in the shadows of the night, where the whispers of the unseen echo through empty corridors, we are reminded that the true horrors are often those that lie just beyond the veil of perception, waiting to be uncovered by those brave enough to venture into the darkness. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.